Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Now, JayZ is celebrating a significant legal victory following the dismissal of a lawsuit filed by Attorney Tony Buzbee. Now, the lawsuit alleged that JayZ and fellow rapper Sean P. Diddy Combs had some inappropriate dealings with a 13-year-old girl at the MTV Video Music Award after party in the year 2000. Now, the accuser, referred to as Jane Doe, voluntarily dismissed the case with prejudice on February 14, 2025, meaning the allegations cannot be refiled. Now, since JayZ's name has been cleared from this lawsuit, that means that Diddy's name has been cleared as well. However, Combs continues to face multiple legal challenges, including charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Now, JayZ has filed a lawsuit against Attorney Tony Buzbee, accusing him of defamation, civil extortion, and infliction of emotional distress. In the legal filing, JayZ revealed that the timing of the lawsuit just before his daughter Blue Ivy's movie premiere was no coincidence. He claims that Buzbee was attempting to force him to a no-win situation, and the lawsuit filing right before such an important moment for Blue Ivy made it a difficult decision for JayZ, who was put in the position of potentially losing everything, including his reputation and business dealings. JayZ remains determined to hold Buzbee accountable for what he describes as a deliberate smear campaign. His lawsuit seeks financial damages and aims to set a precedent against attorneys who misuse the legal system for personal and professional gain. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Now, when JayZ told Texas attorney Tony Buzbee, "I look forward to showing you just how different I am," he clearly meant it. The outcome of this case was far from what anyone might have expected, especially when compared to how Diddy's legal battles have unfolded. Now, JayZ emphasized that Buzbee initially reached out to him about two different cases. However, the second case never materialized, and the one that did, well, it quickly disappeared, vanishing without a trace. The entire ordeal ended much differently than what Buzbee probably anticipated. Now, according to JayZ, in November 2024, he received demand letters from Attorney Buzbee, aka Mr. Buzbee, falsely accusing him of vile conduct. Each was dated November 5th, 2024. Now, Mr. Buzbee wrote the first letter on behalf of someone he identified only as Jane Doe. Mr. Buzbee's letter stated that at a 2000 party in New York, JayZ inappropriately handled Mr. Buzbee's client, who was only 13 years old at the time, after someone had secretly drugged her. Now, the accusation is false and ridiculous in every respect. Now, the second accusation is one that never materialized. It was never in the public. It was never filed for us to see. JayZ goes on to say Mr. Buzbee wrote his second letter on behalf of someone he referred to only as John Doe. In that letter, Mr. Buzbee stated that at a 2015 party in Beverly Hills, ISA John Doe, who was then 16 years old, after someone else had also secretly drugged him. That accusation is also false and ridiculous in every respect. JayZ goes on to say these allegations, which I learned of for the first time through these demand letters, were shocking to me and have absolutely no basis in fact. I did not do what Mr. Buzbee and his clients accused me of having done. In both of these demand letters, Mr. Buzbee gave me a choice. Either A, I could attend a mediation at which he demanded that I be prepared to give each of the clients something of substance to address their situations, or if I did not agree to this by November 19th, B, he would take a different course in the form of causing a public spectacle over his accusations that I had supposedly arred his clients and that he would file a public lawsuit against me. I understood Mr. Buzbee's demand for something of substance to be a demand that I pay him and his clients a large sum of money to buy their silence. These were blatant blackmail attempts. Now, according to JayZ, attorney Tony Buzbee made it clear that he intended to bring his clients to law enforcement and press charges against the unnamed perpetrator. JayZ states that Buzbee kept bringing up Diddy's indictment, stating that other celebrities that were involved in the misconduct would be implicated as well and will be facing prosecution. Now, after making these public statements, statements, Mr. Buzbee sent these demand letters to JayZ, conveying the threat of criminal actions if his compensation demands weren't met. He then repeated these threats during an interview with TMZ, indicating that he was encouraging his clients to report these matters to law enforcement. Now, JayZ didn't see these letters as typical demand letters, but more so as a way to pressure him into paying a substantial amount of money to Buzbee and his clients, or else the matters would be taken to criminal authorities. Now, because JayZ would not follow through and give Mr. Buzbee the money that he and his clients were demanding, in December 2024, Mr. Buzbee followed through on his threats, adding JayZ as a defendant in a lawsuit and publicly accusing JayZ of R-ing a minor. He even contacted an NBC reporter ahead of the filing to disclose that he would be filing a lawsuit in JayZ's name, continuing his threats to report JayZ to law enforcement. JayZ states that things got really bad for him. The situation caused him and his family immense pain, and he had to explain these false allegations to his children, to his wife, and business associates. Now, JayZ and his attorneys attempted to contact Attorney Buzbee's office to find out the name of the John and the Jane Doe. However, Buzbee's associate refused to give any information to them without JayZ signing a non-disclosure agreement, which he refused. Buzbee never contacted JayZ back. Now, instead of contacting JayZ back, Attorney Buzbee continued to go online. He continued to give interviews, and he stated that he stood by his client, although her story was not really adding up. He stated that with her willing to take a polygraph test, he believes that she's telling the truth. Now, Buzbee amended the original complaint, now adding JayZ as a defendant one day before Blue Ivy's big premiere for Mufasa. JayZ states, "I was harshly criticized by others for accompanying my daughter to the premiere of her movie a day after Mr. Buzbee filed the Jane Doe lawsuit against me. Media outlets reported that Disney was hesitant over my attendance at the premiere because of the accusations. I feel that Mr. Buzbee purposely filed this lawsuit on the eve of my daughter's premiere to put me in the position of having to choose between supporting my daughter or hiding to avoid the negative press coverage." JayZ feels as if Attorney Buzbee was holding a GUN to his head, forcing him to give in to his demands or possibly have him lose his career and his family. Now, on the 14th of February, Jane Doe dismissed her lawsuit not only against Diddy but JayZ as well. There was no explanation as to why it was dismissed. However, it is dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot be brought up again. So JayZ took to Instagram and said, "Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. This court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the court must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all the victims and those falsely accused equally. Sean Carter." Now, Diddy and his attorneys respond by saying today's dismissal by the 1-800 attorney is yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts. For months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by an attorney more focused on media headlines than legal merit. Just like this claim, the others will fall apart because there is no truth to them. Sean Combs has never SA'd or trafficked any man or woman, adult or minor. No number of lawsuits, sensationalized allegations, or media theatrics will change the reality. We will continue to fight these baseless claims and hold those responsible for this false claim. That is just the first of many that will not hold up in a court of law. Now, they're saying that although Beyonce has stood by her husband, she is happy that the complete nightmare is now over, having initially expected it would go much further. Now that it's over, sources close to the family state that Beyonce is relieved by the outcome, stating relief is too simple of a word to describe what Beyonce is feeling right now after Jay's current legal issues were dropped. According to the source, the family tried to put on brave faces behind the scenes, seemingly by continuing with their lives despite the allegations. Now, they're stating that every moment the matter remained unresolved was a stressful time for Beyonce, as it brought back memories of when the Roc Nation founder had previously broken her trust. Now, sis is relieving her stress by charging y'all an arm and a leg on those Cowboy Carter tickets. Now, I'm not too sure what's going to go on between JayZ and this Tony Buzbee lawsuit. lawsuit, but it seems like JayZ might have a good lawsuit on his hands. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in this JayZ situation? Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.